Hi folks, forgive me, I was going to do this with a different setup today, see if it was a wee bit better for you, and then at the last minute the way I was going to do it didn't quite work out, so could you let me know if you're there? Anybody? Fantastic, thanks Eleanor, thanks Joanne, much appreciated. Oh hi Phil, the royalty's in now, that's amazing. Mariella, wonderful, thank you. Let's get on with it then. Welcome everybody for coming back to this. I never thought this was going to happen a few weeks ago, that we would maybe see ourselves doing this every week. I'm more than happy to do that. And what I'm doing with it is I'm trusting my intuition, as you might expect, but particularly coincidence, metaphor, synchronicity that kind of happens in between each week, and then allowing that particular stuff that comes to my awareness to guide what I'm going to do on the session. But before I get into this one, and again we'll run for the hour and stop then, is that a lot of, I keep asking for people to acknowledge this, but on my Facebook pages, I've been asking kind of repeatedly now for people to stop sending me links and videos to watch and, you know, all sorts of other stuff. I've actually never been busier in my life than I am right now. And so no matter how well intentioned you are, I'm just not going to get round to them. But more importantly, a lot of you who are still sending them, even though you must have read the notices, are really good, loyal Mindstore members, people I've shared meals with, you know, really good friends within Mindstore, and obviously my close friends too, and you keep sending them, and I think you must think, like, he'll know who I am, I'll open it, but I can't open it because A, I don't have the time, but B, I'm also had, like everybody else, little scamming attack type things, so I can't trust anything that comes at me. Another wee final one is, again, well-meaning people, maybe on this broadcast, if you like, and the previous ones, might feel inspired to share a link because of something I say. It's a nice coincidental thing, it might add value. I would ask you not to do that, for the simple reason I can't personally endorse it. I don't see it till well after, if I get the chance to watch the video again. Although I know you all mean well, inevitably if we start doing it, I'm going to attract, which I've always attracted, less than wonderful people who then attempt to sell something or do whatever. And it's just that distraction none of us need. So we know it's all well-meaning, and I know you trust me, and I know you understand what I'm saying. So let's move on for that. The other thing let's acknowledge too is I'm assuming that again we've attracted some newcomers or people who've came on to the first one, second or third one, now the fourth one, who were recommended to come and watch or listen or whatever, from family, friends, you know, and or you know, a colleague or something. Presumably someone you trust, and you can continue to trust them. You know, I've been doing this for nearly 30 years, all over the world. 500,000 people have listened to me, sort of thing, you know, in live programs or whatever, or on stages all around the place. If what I was doing was somehow or other nonsense, I'd been found out long before now. So if you're visiting, you're in safe hands, you'll be fine. I will be doing some really powerful stuff or talking about powerful stuff tonight, but I'll do it in such a way that's easy for you newcomers, but for those of us who are, you know, old, young hands at this, you know, you'll know what I'm getting at, and you'll know what to do with your specific methodology. So with that said, let's move on. So one of the links that happened this week, or one of the, not links, that's the wrong word, that was the first part of the agenda. One of the coincidences was that both my wife and myself got contacted by people independently who are very good friends to both of us, that neither know of, who last were in touch 30 years ago. And I suppose that stuff's going on a lot just now because of, for obvious reasons. But when that came along, I was first. No, my wife was first. Sorry, she got this email from a friend who she hasn't seen for 30 years. Very, very close friends back, particularly in their childhood and so on. Now this woman's a leading nurse internationally. She's big cheese, and she was basically, apart from, you know, how are you doing and all that stuff, was saying, like, please stay hydrated. Hydration is really, really critical, you know, in dealing with what we're all kind of dealing with at the moment. And, you know, when she told me, I couldn't quite ignore it. because of another coincidence of something I was doing. So I'm going to draw into that tonight by doing a little bit of, if you like, advanced mind store, in the sense that it's not advanced for those of you who came to the latter courses, because I introduced it to the latter live courses, the Best of Mind Store. But for a lot of you who I know have come back, who maybe did a 4-day course way back at the beginning, or a traditional 2-day Mind Store course, you wouldn't have had this particular tool. And it's a tool in the landscape. So for those of you who are beginners, you'll just be able to do this when we get there. And what I'm going to do to set it up is I'm going to do that triple whammy meditation again, but without all the instruction. I'm just going to go through it, assuming you watched last week, you kind of did the meditation with me last week, so you kind of know the process. If you're an absolute beginner, just come with us, do the best you can, rewind if you need to last week's, just go down my list of various things I've posted, my timeline, and you'll find it, and then you can go through it again. So do that triple whammy. It works on the 3 modalities, the audio, the visual, the kinesthetic, but so also does this tool. So one of the tools I introduced to the latter courses for the right bank of the river heading up to the house with the big red roof was I introduced the notion of a fountain. And the fountain, this came to me to do this, or I was guided to do this, however you believe, deep in the alpha state, was to introduce the fountain because most of us are not hydrated enough. This was long before COVID-19. That in fact, because of, I'm in a room that's kind of lit just now, to obviously help you get a clear image of me and so on and stuff like that. And I'm experimenting with that. But some of us do work in environments like with strip lighting, and strip lighting consistently just drains away all sorts of energies and incredibly dehydrates us because we overindulge in coffee, etc., stuff you know. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to create something that right away early on was reinforcing the 3 modalities for beginners, but at the same time was going to introduce something, a very powerful trick of the mind, as it were, to ensure that we stay hydrated, but also to remind us to constantly get into the alpha state at least once a day or whatever, and we're going to do that shortly. So what we're going to do is, once we've done our triple whammy relaxation thing, I'm then going to ask you to adjust your awareness and imagine that you're standing on the bank of a river. So if you're a beginner, you've got this notion of a river behind you. See if you can, without looking at it, it's behind you, kind of hear it doing its thing, gurgling along or whatever. Mind Store people, you know this, it's just part of our lifestyle. And I'm going to get you to imagine really being there, then going to walk forward into this landscape. We're going to create the landscape. I'll get you to do various things. But then I want you to come up and then at some point on that landscape to create this amazing fountain. One of the places in the world we're all concerned about, of course, is Rome. Those amazing fountains in Rome come to mind. Some stunning, beautiful, architecturally amazing, a work of art fountain. So that's going to stretch your imagination, exercise your right brain. And I want you to pay attention to what you're kind of seeing there, but also where the water comes from. So imagine the fountain doing its thing. So I want you to hear the fountain. Hear the fountain. And then what I want you to do is, somewhere in the fountain, in its kind of architectural design, you're going to find placed there in its own special place a vessel. I personally, when I did this the first time, what came was a Nordic rune sort of covered ancient pewter type mug. It was beautiful, it was amazing, and I was like, whoa, where did that come from? Maybe in my ancestry I was in fact one of those amazing guys with the big horn hats, the Viking, you never know. But anyway, so that's mine, and so what you do is you then create yours, we'll get to do it, then you draw some water, and as you're drawing the water, you feel the water go over the pool or running over your hand from the flow of the fountain itself. You feel it going down your hand, you get over it spilling over, you feel that, you see it, and then you bring it away from the fountain, bring it close to your face. And then what I want you to do is I want you to do a juxtaposition thing where you've got the vessel that you tend to drink water with in your own life at home or in the office when you go back. And so you get this experience where there's this imaginary vessel and the real one, and you put them back and forward, flash them back and forward a few times, so you build an association. And the association is, every time you drink water in your real life, you remember you've got the vessel on that bank of the river, which you can't get to by first of all doing the deep relaxation, preferably the triple whammy, deeply relaxed, building your immune system, inspiring you, and then you can go and drink the imaginary one. And every time you drink the imaginary one, you remember to drink the real one. Anyway, we're going to do that exercise today, and then we're going to move on to some exciting stuff, setting up something amazing for next week. Now, so let's get ready for the meditation. And if you haven't been with me before, just trust me, just follow me. And what we do, first of all, is we find our comfortable position. And the way we do it in Mindstore is we come to the edge of the chair, preferably, or use the back of the chair to support your back if you need that. But come to the centre of the chair, or to the front of the chair, forgive me. And position your feet firmly on the ground. You know, kick off your shoes, your slippers if you've got them on right now. If you can, as close as you can, your foot to the ground. Obviously, the summer's coming. For those of us in the Northern Hemisphere, you know, you can put your feet there, right on the grass or even on the concrete, the earth preferably, and really feel the connection. It's amazing. And then knees over your ankles, shoulders over your hips, and ears over your shoulders. So you get this straight back thing, you align your nervous system, you align your chakras if you're interested in Eastern stuff. And then you put your hands on your lap, palms up, and you take your thumb and first two fingers of both hands and you bring them together into what's called the Kubera Mudra in India and the three fingers technique in the Western world. You rest it on your lap and you close your eyes. So now with everyone sitting in that position, your knees are over your ankles, shoulders over your hips, ears over your shoulders, hands on your lap, palms up. Now close your eyes. And may I remind you, especially for the beginner, let me just say that if at any time you need to open your eyes and go about your business or deal with something, a distraction, the door goes for a delivery, please feel free just to open your eyes and go and deal with that. You will be able to. Otherwise, keep your eyes closed until the end of the exercise, and you'll only open them when I reach 7. When I use the Mindstore method of counting from 1 to 7 to go from being deeply relaxed in a meditative state out into what we call the wide awake beta brainwave state, where both hemispheres are available and we're really empowered to go about our life's work, our day-to-day activity. So, your eyes are closed now, take a big deep breath, and as you exhale, relax. Take another deep breath, and again, relax. And take one more deep breath, and as you exhale, relax even more. Now, relax your scalp. Relax your forehead. So if you're new, just briefly, we're going to do this much slower, just go through this. Just feel your, immediately I say a part of your body, focus there for a moment, just tell it to relax. The language we would use if it was longer was, I feel my scalp relaxing, my scalp is relaxed, my forehead is relaxing, my forehead is relaxed. And you would slow that down. We don't have time today, guys. Go back to the previous video and you can watch all of that there. Relax your face. Relax your eyes, especially your eyelids. Relax your jaw. A lot of stress builds up in the jaw. Relax your jaw. Relax your lips. Now, bring the focus to just at the edge of your nostrils and relax your nostrils. Allow the relaxation to flow from the edge of your nostrils into the, I'm going to use this word, architecture of your nose, right up to the back of your nose, where the back of the nose reaches down into your throat and in and around up into your sinuses, links to your ears. Imagine all of those, if you like, tubes and locations at the back of your nose are relaxing too. Let's empower our nostrils to do their job at this amazing time in our lives. Relax your lips again and allow the relaxation to flow into your mouth. And now relax the entire architecture of your mouth. Your gums, your palate, the back of your mouth, in and around your tongue, the inner cheeks, oh, relaxing now. And take the tongue now and ever so gently turn her up and touch the roof of your mouth directly behind your front two teeth with its tip, the tip of the tongue. And allow the flow of relaxation from the tip to flow effortlessly through your tongue into its root and now into your throat. Relax your throat. Relax your neck. Relax your shoulders. As soon as you relax your shoulders, your arms and hands relax anyway, but just direct the relaxation now in your imagination, direct it down and feel it down your arms, past your elbows, into your forearms, your wrists, your palms, your fingertips. Relax your upper back. And some of you now might be finding yourself slightly moving, especially a beginner, you're kind of moving forward. Just reposition yourself with that straight back. Keep your eyes closed though. Attention to the upper back, relax your back. Feel the clothing now on your chest. Relax your chest. And now the magic. Relax your heart and lungs. If ever there was a time. Relax your lower back and your abdomen. Relax your thighs, your knees. Relax your calves. Your ankles. Now I like to stop at the ankles just to feel what the Chinese call Qi, the Japanese Ki, the Indian subcontinent Prana. Go and feel the life force in your ankles right now. Be aware of it. What are you really feeling? Is that at a subatomic level? Is it a cellular level? A molecular level? Is it a universal level? Feel it right now. Be present with it. Relax your toes, the soles of your feet, and your heels. And take a big, deep breath, and as you exhale, relax even more. Now, in a moment, you're going to take 7 breaths, and with each inhalation, you're going to draw up from the earth brilliant white light to fill inside the parts of your body that I mention. Till finally, on the 7th breath, you inhale and expand the brilliant white light right out to cover your entire, let's call it your auric field. Above and around you, a beautiful ball of brilliant white light. The brightest white light you can imagine. So, get ready now. Now, take a big deep breath and first of all exhale. And as you take the next inhalation, draw in all that brilliant white light into your feet and ankles. Now from your ankles up to your knees up to your waist. Now your entire torso up to your neck. From your fingertips up to your shoulders and neck. Now your entire head space. And now as if coming out of the crown of your head to envelop you in every direction and above you a huge big ball of brilliant white light. Now take the 7th breath. Fantastic. Now, form a smile on your face. Really exaggerate the smile. Really get into the smile, like a smile as if you had just laughed at the most amazing stuff with family and friends, doubled over laughing, and now you smile at one another. A beautiful big smile. So first of all, smile. Keep the smile going. Now smile to yourself. You're an amazing human being. You're an amazing human being. The stuff we'll do next week, you're going to know that. Smile to yourself. Smile to your face. Smile to your face. Some of you, I know, some of you don't like your face. Oh my God. Smile to that amazing face of yours. Smile. Smile to your throat. Really feel your throat as you smile to it. Feel the resonance, the vibration as your throat is appreciated with a smile. Smile now to your thymus gland. It's just about an inch below the little U in your breastplate, at the foot of your neck there. Apparently big, big, big thing for your immune system. Smile to your thymus gland. Now, smile to your heart. Really smile to your heart. Focus on your heart. Really appreciate your heart and all it stands for. Not just it's keeping you alive right now, doing an amazing pumping job, all depending on what your state is. It just responds with signals from your brain and magic happens. But what it means for the ability to love and be loved, both ways, there and back. Now relax your lungs. Now smile to your lungs. Beautiful smile to your lungs. If ever we were aware of how important they are. Beautiful, amazing, empowering lungs. Smile to your lungs. Smile to your liver. Right side of your body. Beautiful big organ. Left side of your body, now your spleen. Smile to your spleen. Smile to your pancreas, somewhere in between. Smile to your bladder. And don't get shy now. Smile to your sexual organs. No one's looking. Enjoy it. Smile to your sexual organs. Now bring your focus back up to your face for a moment and smile to your eyes. And notice as you smile to your eyes, as you really smile and your eyes, you begin to feel it in your eyes. Now take that feeling and take it right into your brain now and smile to your brain, right across your brain. Feel that flow of chi and energy and vibration and wow coming across your brain. Smile to your brain. Smile to your skull. And now imagine the vertebrae all the way up and down your back, that little tucking in underneath your skull now, and all the way down your entire skeletal structure of your vertebrae from the top right down to the very bottom of your back. Imagine smiling to all the vertebrae, one after the other, that amazing thing that holds you up. Smile to your vertebrae, and in so doing, you're smiling to your skeletal structure. What an amazing human being you are. Smile. Smile to your coccyx, your tail. Smile to your intestines. Smile to your stomach. Your stomach. Having to deal with the good and sometimes the not so good food and stuff we drink in there. So smile to that amazing organ, your stomach. Smile now to your intestines. Now, smile once again to yourself. Smile now to someone out there in the world who you know could do with a smile right now. Go and smile to them. Really put them in your mind and smile to them. And smile to the world. Oh my God, if ever the world needed a smile. Go on. If every one of us do it every day, oh my goodness, what might happen? Smile. Now, take a big deep breath, and as you exhale, relax. Now in a moment, I'm going to ask you to adjust your awareness. And just to relax your mind now, I'm going to ask you to go to some place that you would associate with being kind of relaxed. You know, maybe a beautiful park somewhere, especially now that we can't travel, maybe an amazing beach, you know, somewhere in the world. I'm off to the Caribbean, the island of Nevis, a beautiful beach I know there. Where are you going to go? So let's go there right now. Just go now to that place. It could be a beach, it could be a riverbank, it could be beautiful parklands, the top of a mountain. You know where it is. Go there now. Really be there. Now let's get these inner senses, these modalities working. If you were there right now, what would you be seeing? So see it quite clearly. See it. If you were there now, what would you be hearing? If you were there right now, what would you be feeling? Maybe sunlight on your face, maybe a gentle breeze through your hair or over your skin. Probably got light clothing on, maybe different from the clothing you've got on right now. How does it feel? I'm going to give you a moment to enjoy being there. I'll soon speak again. Enjoy this. So the triple whammy, which I'm speeding up because it was so much to cover in a short hour, you would do slowly, apart from the breathing piece where you just follow the 7 breaths, off to some place like the beach for a little while, bring back your attention if you've got it now, and adjust your awareness and imagine you're standing on the bank of a river. The river's behind you and you're facing away from it. I want to get you to exercise again 3 modalities. So first of all, feel your feet on lush green grass. Feel your feet on the grass. Maybe you can smell the scent of the grass, but see the lush green grass in your mind's eye. Overhead, the sky is deep blue. And the air is warm and fresh with the scent of a meadow. Now imagine walking forward into a landscape. And if you're new with us, begin to imagine, begin to exercise your imagination. What do you want to create to the right? So I've got gentle hills there that gently move into, I've been so lucky to live around the world and to travel and work, particularly with wine companies. Vineyards all look the same in the sort of same kind of countries, the same sort of beautiful, the way they just, those lines of, vines just going up into the hill and gently curving and round again and up, and beyond that, beautiful hills. That's what I've got to the left. Well, I've got this beautiful landscape, there's trees and parklands, but in the distance I can see the sea. And out there an island, some of you know that island oh so well. And up ahead I've got this magical landscape, and away in the distance I've got snow-capped mountains of the type you get in the Dolomites in northern Italy. But anyway, what are you creating? Maybe you want to put onto that landscape some friendly animals. Maybe you like elephants or giraffes, or be creative and imaginative. Now, somewhere up ahead now, find a location where you can construct this fountain. First of all, create the location, a magical place, the way you would want it to be. And now in a moment, I'm going to ask you to exercise your imagination, this faculty of your right brain, to begin to build an amazing fountain. If you've already got a fountain, maybe you want to change it, add some detail that you haven't thought of before. So now, begin to construct your fountain. Decide on the width of it, the height of it, what is it made of, does it have various levels of, I'm going to use the word lips, where the water can flow down and over, little edges, does it flow over, like trickles over some places, does it flow over, where is the water coming from, is it shooting up into the air and arcing out on either side, how does the water flow into your fountain? Create all of that, and as you're creating it all, you see if you can hear it. And now your imagination, somewhere in the structure of this amazing fountain is where you safely keep your vessel. Remember my pewter mug? What are you creating now? Some futuristic material, maybe your favourite mug from the pub you miss so much because we can't go any longer. Maybe a gift you were given many, many years ago. Or a special glass. What are you creating for your vessel? Now in your imagining with a sense of ceremony, take the vessel and draw it back now and have a good look at it. Feel its textures in your hand. Check the colours of it. What does it look like? How detailed can you get in your design? Now take that vessel and draw either through the fountain or from its flow, draw some water into that vessel. And as it does, feel the excess water trickling over your hands or flowing over your hands if you're drawing through a pool. And feel the temperature of the water. Crystal clear, refreshing water. Now draw it closer to your face, and as you do, begin to think of what you tend to drink water out of. I showed you my kind of vessel at home. What do you tend? Now see that one for a moment in your hand. And then go back to the one you've just created and flick them back and forward, back and forward, back and forward, back and forward as often as you can, making this association between both. Now return your mind now to the one you've just created with the water in it, and imagine drinking the water now. And imagine this imaginary water replenishing your hydration, empowering every one of the cells in your body. Wow. And from this moment on, every time you drink water from any location in the world, you remind yourself of this one, this location, and this vessel, and you commit to going back. Why? Because that triple whammy will counteract your stress and empower your immune system. And every time you come here, you remind yourself to drink more water at home and take the guidance that came from that leading nurse just the other day. Now, take a big deep breath, and as you exhale, relax. Turn away from the fountain now and look back to where you've come from, where the river is, and start to walk back towards the river. And as you do, I'm going to count slowly from 1 to 7. And when you reach 7, and only when you reach 7 will you open your eyes. So let's come with me now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now beyond the midpoint on the way to open your eyes. 5. Begin now to adjust your body. Begin now to bring some feeling back into your body. Have a gentle stretch. So always when we get to 5 with our technique, you move your arms, you move your hands, you move your head on your neck as if you're waking up in the morning. Just beginning to do that stretching thing, adjusting yourself. Now when you get to 6, we're at 6 now. At 6, you could, but you don't. You're only going to prepare yourself to open your eyes. So prepare to open your eyes. Now 7, gently open your eyes. If you want to stand up and stretch, feel absolutely free. And if you're doing this with others in your home, just turn to one another, big smile, why not? Yes, fantastic, well done. Okay, the only thing is that we pride ourselves in MindStore by using these relaxation techniques to get ourselves onto the right bank or other locations I've created over the years. And then we do what we call active meditation or dynamic meditation, in that we could introduce at this point, this would be a good place to do it, when you've just done the thing and you've had your water. You could go to some beautiful part of the landscape, sit down and maybe set a little timer on one of those app things, an app timer thing, and just, maybe go for 5 or 10 minutes of reciting, or even 20 minutes, reciting either an affirmation or a straightforward mantra. Now you can find mantras online, and there's all sorts of spiritual ones from the East, and of course they're very powerful. Or, as I said recently, if you want to, live in Barcelona at some point in the future, or get an apartment there or something, and you would say to yourself, Barcelona, 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 amazingly powerful. So you could repeat a word over a little phrase that's associated with one of your great goals, then go for it. Anyway, let's move on. The extraordinary other coincidence that came this week was unbelievable. And I'm really seriously risking myself to share this one, but it's a time for people to risk. We need extraordinary people to do extraordinary things. I'm not necessarily saying I'm extraordinary, but for some of you, what I'm going to talk about here will be extraordinary. For some of us, it's just stuff we do almost every day now, but I realise for some of you what I'm doing here, I'm risking, and I need you to go back at this point to trust your friend or colleague that recommended this. So I know some of you on here will be really, a way back Mindstore people, you did the 4-day course with me when it was either 2 days, a Thursday and a Friday, in a business course, and you waited a week and you came back the next Thursday or Friday, or it was Mindstore for Life, Saturday, Sunday, in some of those venues in Glasgow, and then you made a week where you worked with everything and you came back in for the second week. And then when we get to the 2-day courses, which most of the stuff I did was 2 days, both public and business courses, the open ones. And then occasionally I would have what we called back then the next step, which was the advanced day thing. And then there was then latterly we called it extreme mindfulness. And what happened on extreme mindfulness? What happened on the final day of the 4 days, and what happened at the next step thing was, we did some amazing things, especially on the next step, because what I did was we took out a nice hotel in the city centre of Glasgow, and I would have 2 of the rooms upstairs. I'd have the hotel staff strip it out, no bed, no furniture, just a blank room. And in each of these blank rooms, they'd be on the same floor, let's say, room 510 and 520, whatever it would be across the length of the corridor. And what I would get them to do is I'd get them to place in there something that you would never expect to find in a hotel bedroom. And one of them was a huge big motorbike one year, I remember. Another one was a massive wigwam thing, multicoloured. And there was other examples in different years. And so what I would do is, in one of the exercises, after a while, we got back into the basic stuff and we did some really powerful advanced methodologies. And then at some point we did this distance viewing thing. And, I'd get the audience I'd do it in 2 groups, and they would close their eyes and go into the deep alpha state, as we've just done. And then I get them to imagine they leave the room, they imagine getting in the lift, get up to the 5th floor, the lift door opens, they get out, they go along the corridor, they find room 510. And I say, okay, I want you to, in a moment, I'm going to ask you to open the door and step inside, and the first thing that comes to mind, to share it. And they would open the door, and then they would go in their imagination, and they had to then, I would advise them, don't get caught up with your left brain, just let your right brain speak to you in terms of colour, shape, texture. We're not looking to guess what it is, just what is coming to your consciousness. And people would come back down and I'd explain what was there, or we would sort of take a break and bring them down, then get them all to close their eyes, come into the room, then we'd open their eyes and they'd be up on the stage and go, oh my goodness, wow. Some people saw them, of course some didn't, but certainly people would get little aspects of it, the colour or a shape or a texture, and that was just preparing them and exercising them. Then at some point I would get someone to go out and get a taxi, go into the city. We did this in London, we did this in Edinburgh stuff. We also did this in Dublin. And so they would go into the city in a taxi. They had 1 of 3 locations where we'd already chosen the 3 locations. We'd taken slides of the locations, but we didn't know which one they were going to take. So they had to choose that. They would go there, and at exactly about whatever time it was, they would phone me in the old big mobile phone, and I would say, okay, stare at what you're staring at. Just kind of relax as you do that. We'll all get into our state and see if we can pick up the vibration. And again, people got texture, shape, and so on. One of the most dramatic, the first time we ever did it, a wonderful Mindstore member was getting married at 3 o'clock in a church in Nottingham. And exactly at that point, we tuned into him at 3 o'clock, to him and his wife. They didn't know, I just said, look, where is this guy? And lots of people got a church steeple, a church organ music. It was unbelievable. Even I was like, oh my God. And so then we did another one where we only gave them, like that one, where I gave them the coordinates, the OS 6-figure coordinates of where they were in the UK, and they'd all project their mind there, and we had some outstanding experiences with that as well. And the reason why we did all this, alongside doing other things, was because I wanted to see if we have so many coincidences and synchronicity, could we somehow use our mind to help other human beings? And so we can. So we can figure out what's upstairs in a bedroom to some extent, which is really meaningless what's in there. It doesn't matter. But what if it does matter? What if someone's seriously ill and we could make a connection? Like smile to that person out there that could do with a smile. What if we did something a bit more elaborate? Wow. Enough said. So here's what happens. I'm doing my meditation yesterday morning, and I'm doing an advanced thing. There is an advanced group called Mindstore Extreme Mindfulness, Mindstore Extreme Mindfulness Facebook page. You can't get on if you haven't done the course, so don't attempt to get on it. It's for people who've done those courses, and we, a lot of us, a good 100 and odd people in the group, and regularly, you know, someone who's seriously ill, and we do our thing, and like, we don't claim anything, why could you possibly, but we've got more than enough coincidences to inspire us to continue doing it. Anyway, so I'm doing that thing yesterday, and I'm thinking about, because inevitably, it took us a long time, but inevitably we got our first coronavirus case. And then we, very quickly after that, within the same day, got another one. We hadn't had any, and then suddenly one, then another one. So I'm in doing my thing with it, and I got this knowing that I had to develop a very powerful tool. And I just let source, the universe, whatever you want to believe in, your intuition, you know, if you follow me, you know, you can call it what you want, just intuition or otherwise. This thing just came. It's unbelievable. And what I'm going to do is, because of something else that happened, I'm going to be doing another one of these video things for that group right after this to introduce them to this new tool. Because they've done the advanced stuff. You haven't, but 1 week from now. So I'm thinking about this. It's really caught my imagination. It's caught my passion to help people right now with this reality that we face. Just like the tapping thing last time, you know, it's like these tools work for people. The thymus tap to get you inspired, keep your energy up. I'm as passionate about this as that. And so what happened was, out of the blue, I mean completely out of the blue, on my Facebook page, someone I haven't heard for endless, God knows when, out of the blue gets in touch to say that someone else that we both know, who honestly I have not been in the presence of, or talked on the phone, or emailed, an amazing woman who had a massive impact. In fact, I'll say this, if she hadn't shown up and hadn't had the confidence to bring me up to Oban and to introduce me to people up in Oban and start doing, you know, courses in Oban, little hotels and the little places, and then we did some sort of groups thing, and we did something amazing as a group. Maybe next week. And out of the blue, I've got this request to get in touch with her. She's now, you know, in her mid-80s, and I'm like, wow, oh my God. And I don't have her number at first, and I'm doing everything I can to locate her. Eventually I get her late last night, and when I finally get to speak to her, and just to hear her voice again, and she's got this particular kind of laugh, you know, I nearly melted, because she was so powerful. And I've got memories of my kids. She lives on this amazing farm, and my kids playing in the farm, and oh, it all just came back. And then the amazing people that she introduced me to, and some of the stuff that happened, which is very special. And she said, you came to my mind because I suddenly realised today we got to help people. It doesn't matter their faith or religion or their denomination, or whether they've got anybody who's an interest in, for want of a better term, distance healing, or thinking, or praying, or prayer groups, or now these are obviously happening anyway. But I just thought we need to get people who, because she's a Reiki person. Is it master? I don't know. Do you call them a master if they're a woman? But Reiki. But anyway, a Reiki. And I thought, that's unbelievable. I said, that's exactly what's come through me today. And she said, well, I contacted you because I know you can get in touch with people. And I'm kind of hoping by one, just like this virus has gone exploding across the planet, we explode across the planet, the people that want to work with their minds on these cases of these people who are being challenged by this, and that we can use tools and techniques to help them. Now, I've just taken a huge risk to share that, especially with you beginners in here. But respect the people who respected you enough to share this. And those of you who could never come to those advanced courses because you never had the time, or, you know, for whatever reason you couldn't make it, I'm going to go on and do this amazing stuff, introduce this technique, this advanced thing that came out of the process, to share it with them. And for them, it's because they're already doing the work, to get them to work with it for exactly a week. Let's see the developments that come out of us using it. Because once we've got it, and we know it's working in terms of our functioning with it, our application of it, then, and it's unbelievable, I know it is, we'll be in line with the work that my friend's doing anyway by reaching out to Reiki groups and prayer groups and all sorts of people. And no matter your faith or your denomination, whatever it is, or you're just an ordinary person who wants to think nice thoughts about someone, that we start doing this work. Instead of watching yet another. I mean, I'm thoroughly enjoying Ozark. I'm loving it. But you know what? Just wait 10 minutes before you watch it. 20 minutes and do this. This amazing work. Now, I've either frightened you all off now, some of you. But when you come in here next week, I'm going to share that tool with you. But please don't come on as a voyeur. Only show up. Oh, and by the way, anybody who shows up or goes and watches with the other group, if they don't use it, I am going to be seriously let down, guys. If I risk myself to share this with people who haven't done the advanced stuff, haven't gone up the learning curve, because I know you can do it in the alpha state, we will make a difference here. And we need to not only turn up to experience it next week, you've got to turn up prepared to work with it. And if you can't do that, if you're going to get all mealy-mouthed and, oh, I don't know if I can do this, blah, 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 whatever excuse you give yourself, do not, under any circumstances, come in next week's video session and or follow up later, because it's going to be all about that. There'll be other things too, but it's fundamentally going to be about that. So let me just check the time. Yeah, we've got 10 minutes. So that's stuff to look forward to. I hope you can look forward to it. I hope you can trust the rest of the group, all good Mindster people, to really work and get that honed. So when I deliver it to you next week, it's perfect. Now, the big thing, which I'm sure, I told you last week, every time you turn on that television thing, if that's how you do it, or on the radio, or you open up, your laptop or your iPad or whatever you're up to, watch with huge screen protecting you from that TV screen or that laptop or that, iPad thing or your phone, because they never give us positive stuff. I don't know the number of deaths today. Every one of those deaths is a tragedy. But I don't know the number. Why don't they tell us about the people? They did, of course. Was it not the case today? I think I heard it when I was cooking. Prince Charles, is he back in the land of the, what's it? He survived. But you get the impression it wasn't that challenging for him, which, God bless him. But what about the people who are in hospitals or on those respirators who survive? Why don't we start hearing those stories? Yes, tell us how many died, but tell us how many survived. How many got released today from the deepest place of the challenge with it, so we can start building expectations that everybody can go and face it in hospital and get out. Instead of the constant thing, oh well. And going back to the tapping thing, share that with people, because sadly, people are still going to be diagnosed with this. And even if they're waking up one morning with a sore throat and then they've got whatever happens to them, some temperature or a cough thing, can you imagine the fear and the anxiety? Teach family and friends to tap that away. Take responsibility. Don't just come on these things and, sit there and watch it. Oh, that's kind of entertaining. Oh, there's Jack with his passion again. For goodness sake, act. If your subconscious has brought you here, it's brought you here for a reason. If the source has brought you here, it's brought you here for a reason. If the universe has brought you here, it's brought you for a reason. And it isn't just to listen to me, it's to act. It's to do the triple whammy every day. Just as, make sure you wash your hands, do a triple whammy. Go and get some water. Make sure you're looking after yourself. Do the tapping routine every day. Get yourself into the space. Do the tapping of the thymus. Be the leader you need to be in your family, in your friendship group, in your workplace, even if you're doing that from remote locations. So there you go. I hope that was helpful again. And I'll see you next week. And now I'm going to shortly go on and find all those amazing people who are going to get to work with this tool and get it honed, so that when I do share it with you, we know it's the best it can be. So, as I said in a Facebook thing a couple of days ago, a coincidence, I was doing my meditation, and after the yoga session, and in came these amazing words. Peace to all, life to all, love to all. Cheers, guys. Catch you again. Bye-bye. Thanks for coming. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.